If you've ever owned a 17-inch laptop, think back to just how heavy that thing was. This laptop is going to completely change your perception of it. This is Pocketnow, and I'm Joshua Vergara. What's going on, everybody? And this is a look at two new LG Gram laptops here at CES 2019. Okay, we're going to start off with the smaller LG Gram 14. This is actually a 2-in-1 laptop, meaning it can fold onto itself thanks to a 360-degree hinge. The touchscreen is really responsive, and it is full HD resolution, so you're not going to be getting anything beyond perhaps the standard on laptops, especially for a 14-inch laptop, but it does have full Windows capabilities along with a tablet mode that automatically triggers when you fold the LG Gram onto itself. The internals include an 8th gen Intel Core processor and comes with either 256GB or 512GB of solid-state storage. Now, the product manager for these two laptops told us that they still believe that integrated graphics could still work well for most people out there, and most people is definitely the term. You're not going to be doing much photo or video editing on these, and if you do, it might be just a bit too much for the processor package you have inside. Now, one thing that is nice about both of these laptops, not just the 17-inch, but also this 14-inch laptop that you might be moving around a lot because of its 360-degree hinge, is that they have the mil-spec standard for durability. And true to the name LG Gram, the LG Gram 14 is really light at only 2.5 pounds. You do get a bevy of ports, including an HDMI port, but as you can see there, you also have to use a proprietary charger as there's still a port for it. You only have to give a little bit more weight to it to get to the LG Gram 17. Now, think about that for a second. It's below 3 pounds in weight, and yet you get way more screen, and there's a lot that's going on here that might make this a very interesting, probably the most interesting 17-inch laptop I've seen as of late. The 17-inch screen is a 2560 by 1600 panel. That's a 16 by 10 aspect ratio. It should be ideal for image and video editing, which is true. A 17-inch laptop generally has to be considered a desktop replacement. But one thing you have to know about the LG Gram 17 is that it also does not come with dedicated graphics. It's still integrated. It still has the 8th generation Intel Core processor, but without dedicated graphics, you're going to have to rely on one of those USB-C ports, which do support Thunderbolt. So I guess in that sense, you can look at this laptop as a desktop replacement. You can have the large screen there along with the keyboard, which also has that power button with the fingerprint in it. And you also get a number pad on there, as is to be expected on a large body like this. You can fit even more keys on the keyboard. So you have that on your desk, and then you connect an eGPU, for example, into the Thunderbolt port to get the capabilities that you don't have otherwise. And all of that in something that is almost 3 pounds. Like, it's crazy to think that you can just pick this up with your 2 fingers and you can be secure and know you're not going to drop it because it's so heavy. The 17-inch laptop will set you back $1,699, while the 2-in-1 convertible will be $1,499. The metal bodies do make it feel more premium than your average, but you might want to consider with the LG Gram 17 that you still have to buy something like an eGPU in order to get the best capabilities out of it. Thankfully, that Thunderbolt port will help out, but it is a bit of a steep price to ask. Let us know if you would buy these laptops. I mean, they are the lightest 17-inch and 14-inch laptops I have ever used, which itself is a great little gimmick, and it also leads to even better portability. But if that's not enough for you, let us know why in the comments down below. Stay tuned to Pocketnow for all of our CES coverage, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so that you can keep up with all of our videos. And we will see you next time for even more on CES 2019.